Welcome back to Four Downs with Danny J.
Mr. Right.
All right, this is second down.
Yep.
All right, we got the BYU versus Mississippi State preview. That's going to happen this coming Friday night.
Yep.
Do you know what people are supposed to wear? What color? I know it's homecoming. I don't know if it's a royal blue out or if it's dark blue.
No. So check your social media feeds, whatever. They get the word out that way.
So, anyway, should be a good game. Mississippi State's kind of limping in. They're 2-3 coming into this game. BYU on a 2-game winning streak against quality opponents. Mississippi State, they started off against South Alabama and lost.
Yep.
Yeah, not a good start.
Rough.
They beat South Carolina. Then they barely lost a tough one to LSU. They got down real big and then fought back. UMass, they played in week 4. That was a back-and-forth affair.
Squeaked by.
And then they had a bye, and then last week they got stomped by Auburn. So, yeah, they're not having the best season, but it's an SEC school.
Yeah.
Yeah, SEC caliber talent. Let's just be honest. That's it. It's a good school.
They are.
So let's look at the offensive BYU offense versus Mississippi State defense. I think right now our offense is rolling.
With Jamal carrying it.
With Jamal carrying it. The offensive line blocking. Taysom being very smart about when he runs. And I think the offensive play calling has been good.
Yeah.
I see BYU's offense having an advantage there.
Yeah.
They're athletic, they're quick, they got a pretty decent secondary, but at the same time, you give up 35 points to Massachusetts. You give up 38 points to Auburn. You give up 27 to South Carolina, 14 to South Carolina and 23 to LSU. Like, LSU's not an offensive juggernaut that everyone thought they were.
No.
I got to give the edge to BYU.
Yeah, I think
Feed
BYU,
Jamal.
Yeah, if the O-line can step up like they did against Michigan State, I think that's where. I mean, it's one in the trenches, and so BYU is going to win it in there, and they can open those holes up for Jamal and Squally, and they're going to just pound it.
Can I tell you how pleased I am that Squally's getting more touches?
Me too.
He looks like Jamal when he runs.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite as powerful.
And not as big.
But they both have that, the patient, they put their foot down, they're through the hole and they go.
They're both, I mean, I think if we had Squally running every single, getting as many touches as Jamal, he'd be up there with the yards too. He's a great running back, and it's going to be exciting when, it's going to be sad next year when Jamal leaves.
But glad that we have a good guy.
We have talent that we know is going to be there, so it's not as disheartening.
So I'm excited. I think Taysom has really improved as a passer. I think our receivers are doing better at running better routes.
And catching the ball when it hits their hands.
Yeah, and catching. That has been huge. Big props to them.
Yeah, good job.
But I got to give the edge to BYU offense here. So
I agree. And with the BYU versus the Mississippi State offense, I think BYU's defense, I mean, they match up well against Mississippi State like they did against Michigan State.
What kind of worries me, though, is that they run more of a spread offense. They're more sort of a West Virginia style. They like to throw it a bunch. But they're not the same team they were 2 years ago when they were ranked number 1 in the nation.
Yes.
Their quarterback tends to make mistakes. I think we're going to see Kai get another interception. It would not surprise me to see 1 or 2 interceptions this game. But that matchup does worry me a little bit.
Really?
And they have Brian Johnson, the former Ute quarterback, on their coaching staff. So I would expect him to give the pregame pep talk.
Yeah, he doesn't like BYU. So. No, but I think I don't think West Virginia is
pretty even matchup.
I'm not as worried about this game as I am I was about like with West Virginia or Toledo. That's what I was saying. Like, I think BYU is a little bit more prepared and knows what to look for, and the coaching staff is going to be much more ready for it.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be nice having Timo back, good old Travis Tuiloma. He's a big presence inside, and that's a huge get back. It'll be. We're still waiting to hear back if Butch will be back. That would be huge if we could get him.
Put his head down and just run everybody
If we could get Troy Warner back on the outside, that would be huge. But right now, the BYU defense versus Mississippi State offense, I think that's kind of a 50-50 matchup right now. As far as coaching advantage, I got to give it to BYU right now.
They're unified.
Yeah.
They're playing.
I love the way the coaching staff is going right now.
Big fans, right here, both of us.
Fans. So,
it's like Taki for president.
Yeah, I think he'd get BYU Nation's vote, but I don't know if he'd. I don't know if we want to get on that political train.
Yes, Jerry.
But yeah, I'm excited for this game. It's homecoming week for BYU.
Yeah,
they're gonna be pumped.
It's a
Friday night game. I believe I saw a stat that said this is the first time since like 1965 that Mississippi State has played a regular season Friday night game.
Really?
Something like that. They don't travel well to the west. They very rarely do it.
And the elevation is in BYU's favor.
There's definitely going to be some of that going on. I see them losing, sucking wind towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
So I think both of us are kind of leaning towards BYU. We'll reveal our actual picks in our predictions on fourth down.
So this was second down, you guys. Like and subscribe. Share this video on Facebook or whatever.
And give us your predictions. Let us know what you think about the matchups. Who are the key players that you guys are looking at? Let us know.
My key player is Jamal. He just has another beast mode game. He wins. BYU wins.
So, and with that, this has been 4 Downs with Danny J.
Mr. Wright.